Hello, Flosstube. Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches. This is my update number 299. Flosstube update 299. Today is September 16th, 2023. So we're halfway through the month of September. And I wanted to say, I don't know if I misspoke or was misunderstood last week when I was talking about hitting 300 episodes of my channel. I think some people, either I misspoke or some people misunderstood that I was talking about 300 subscribers. I have like 305, 306, I don't know, subscribers. But the milestone I was talking about is 300 episodes of my updates. So today is 299. Next week should be 300. And next week I'll announce some giveaways that I'm doing for hitting that 300 episodes mark. So tune in next week for to see what those giveaways are going to be. But anyway, this week, it's probably not going to be that long. I don't know. Just depends on how much I blather on. But last week I talked about Winter Gathering, the one with the birds on the wire. So I hit that WIPGO goal, and I don't know if I'm going to do any more stitching on that. I kind of would like to. But I've got a couple of things to finish over the next 2 weeks, and how far along I get on those just depends. I want the one little Christmas penguin that I've talked about before, and so I have to look at my things again to see if I've got something to put it on. I'm thinking I want to do like a flat fold, kind of flat finish on it, and attach it to something. And so I have to look at my finishing things to see if I've got something appropriate. And then I also have the the baby sampler, or as I like to call it, the grown man sampler, because my nephew, I started it when my nephew was gonna be born, and he's 26 now or something, 27, 26, I don't know, but he's old anyway. He's an adult. But I finally finished it last year, I guess. So again, I've been talking with my sister about how she would like that finished, because I'm going to give it to her. So whether how she wants it, either framed on with a frame, or like a flat finish on like a wood, some kind of other wood, unfinished wood kind of thing that I would paint or whatever. What she would prefer. So I have those two things to do over the next 2 weeks. But I also, one of the things that I'm going to talk about in haul is my black cat season things from Lindy Stitches. I'm expecting, I knew it was too much to hope for that it would come by this weekend, but I got a notice, from a tracking notice from UPS that it had shipped. So I'm expecting it probably maybe Tuesday or something. I'm not sure just now where it is, but it's in transit. So I got the topper for the bell pull, and I'll show that to you in a minute. And so now I'm waiting on the floss pack, and the fabric just shipped the other day. I got a notice. So that'll be my second new start for September. And until then, I've got my other new start. But so my second WIPGO goal, I talked about, I got started on it last last week. I started on Friday, was day one. That's this one, Spring Scamper by Misty Pursel of Luminous Fiber Arts. So I was working on this chicken, and last week I had done this part of this wing here, and I had done the red of the chicken's wattle, the comb and wattle, and beak, and feet here. So I filled in all this white stuff and the browns of the, and I did this carrot up here, and then down in here among the grass, there's some flowers, and so I've done the outsides of some of those flowers using begonia. It's a I want to say Weeks Dye Works, yeah, Weeks Dye Works begonia, and then the others are these other colors in the chicken are DMC colors. But I finished this chicken. This chicken all done. And on this side over here, there's another bunny. And this gray is, I think, is the underside of the other bunny's tail. But otherwise, the rest of this is all the chicken here. So the chicken is finished. And so is this carrot up here. I added this carrot and the greens I just added today. And then down here are the red parts of the little flowers that are done in Weeks Dye Works begonia. And all along down here is a green, another Weeks Dye Works color spinach goes down here. But I couldn't put that, I didn't want to put that in until I put in these flowers. There's another, I don't know if that's a wrinkle or a cat hair, I don't know, cat hair. But, you know, the center of these flowers is done with some yellow or color or something like that. But I wanted to at least put these in, and there's some more that, you know, go along here, along on the grass, either way. But I wanted to start right here, just so I could, you know, get an idea of where they fall before I do that. Green. And actually I've hit the goal already, so anything I do on it now is extra, and so I may or may not continue to work on that. It just depends on how much time I have, and I have a little bit of time. Again, I have new starts and the finishes. But so over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to do, you know, a little bit on each of those. And so if I have time left over, I can work on Winter Gathering and I can work on Spring Scamper. So like I said, I'd like to work on Spring Scamper just to get more of those little flowers and the you know, it would be fun to get the spinach part done or something like that. So anyway, we'll see. But I did do, as part of my WIPGO, my first new start, which was the bear, Cottage Garden Samplings, A Year in the Woods, the bear. So I started here in the corner, and I did, I guess the other day when I was finishing with Winter Gathering, and I knew I'd be starting my new start, I think I had already done Spring Scamper. So I finished this, this border part was already done, and it was just, I just had the beginning of this to divide, you know, the number 5 from number 6. But so I needed to, so that I could, you know, place this stuff in the right place, I wanted to go ahead and do more of the border. So I just did it till I ran out of thread, and so it ends here. This little green line goes all the way down to here. This is kind of the almost, not quite the bottom of the design, this green line here. But I started with this green because I couldn't find the other green that starts up here. And as a matter of fact, I couldn't find this Havana either. It's in one of my other projects, and I just didn't have it to hand. So I went to the attic and bought the 2 brown threads that are in here that are I think they're both Weeks Dye Works colors. Yeah, and I probably should have bought, I don't know. Well, I have, another skein of probably of both of them. Because the color key suggests that you'll probably need two skeins, or maybe 3, for what's charted. There's a lot of brown. Havana and molasses are the 2 browns, and so, I may end up needing all of that. But so anyway, I did get 2 of the cattails in, and there's more down here, but I wanted to do more of this, where it curls around just to finish this color. But I discovered, I don't know if you can see it. See that little stain there, and these little, my cat. I fell asleep with this stitching on me, and my cat stuck his leaky little paw there. My poor cat. As a matter of fact, I was just thinking the other day that I need to make another appointment for him to see if the vet can suggest something for his paw. He's been taking some medicine, and he just ran out of it yesterday, and so. I don't want to have him keep taking that medicine, but at the same time, I would like to see if I can do something to relieve his symptoms and get him a better outcome. And so anyway, so I'm gonna have to wash this, and I don't know if this Havana is color fast or not. I have to look at the little card to see if it's considered color fast. Sometimes Fancy Floss is not, but I think the Weeks colors are generally color fast. But what this is DMC here, so what I'm gonna try to do is just wash this part. But I can, that little, I want to wash it before I finish stitching here, because you can really see that little. And, I talked about last week when I was doing Winter Gathering, one reason I had to stop on that was because, I wanted to keep stitching the little, I think I called them ghosty trees behind the birds, because I had that blended thread, out. I'd been using it, and so I had it handy. So I could have, continued on up that tree, but at the top of that pattern, Snug had stuck his little paw up there, and I had to wash it, and so so I couldn't stitch over the where until I washed it and it had dried and all that stuff. So part of it is my fault for leaving my, having my stitching where he can put his little paw on it. And part of it is that I've got to do something about his condition and all that. But excuse me. Anyway, so his little ball print is there. It's yucky. Anyway, but so I found the other color that goes in here. So I want to do it. Part of it goes on the top of these little cattails, and part of it mixes in here with this other green. But anyway, that's the beginning of the bear. That's the edge, the one edge, the left-hand corner. So this is number 6 in this series, A Year of the Woods, that I've gotten to. So that's one of my new starts. And the other new start is Black Cat Season that I talked about last time. And I was hoping that, that the materials would get here in time to count that as my other new start for the month of September. And I'm hoping that I can continue on with it and finish it, because it is sort of fall related. I would like to finish it maybe in October or or whatever. It's probably going to take me longer than that. I'm certain of it because I've got other things to do. But I want to keep kind of working on it on the side, just because. And the patterns themselves are not, you know, they're like 51 by 71, and it's not full coverage or anything like that. So I may be able to, you know, to make some good progress on it. And I meant to, I did a video with my sisters. We finished filming it a little earlier, and I forgot all about this. This came in my order from Lindy Stitches. I got the topper for my the order, the bell pull pattern. But this came in there, and it's her little Lindy Stitches little freebie thing giveaway with the order. So this says thankful swan. It's called. Is the swan? Yeah, little colors. So it's very cute. Little freebie from Lindy Stitches. But what came in the mail was this little topper, the bell pull. And like I said, this is made by Twist. What's her name? Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery, and her husband, as I call him, Mr. Twist, because I can't remember his first name, but he makes these out of trees that are, you know, fallen on his property or whatever. But he painted these pretty little black cats and cut out the stars and the moon. There's a row down here, stars and moon, and there's a moon here and stars. And so you just hang it. You can hang it from this this star cutout, you know. So it's got a little rod that you could take out to hang the bell pull part of it from. So now I just have, you know, she had a page of border pattern things that you could put like in between the individual patterns. And so I think I'm going to do that. I think I just have to look and sort of decide which one I'm going to put, you know, under or over which patterns. I think I'm going to put there's one that says meow and it has a little exclamation point, and I think I'm going to put that at the top and then put the other patterns underneath it. I need to look, and once the fabric comes, look and see what I have in terms of leeway, of, you know, how long a piece of fabric it is, because I know it's long enough to accommodate all 6 of the things, of the patterns and the borders, but you know, anyway, I want to double check and make sure, and I just knocked the rod out of the hole. I can't put it back in right just now because there it is. Okay. Anyway, so this came in the mail already. This is a little topper, and the fabric and floss pack for that are on their way. So I'm very excited. So I am going to start that for my second new start for September. And also what came in the mail today was the fall issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. So it's got some really cute fall patterns. There's a little turkey there. It says "Be Thankful," and this is by Crochet a Go-Go. And there's some this Punch Needle. This is really cute. This little moon. Two Old Crows is the designer. And there's really interesting, there's this scarecrow. This is Punch Needle. And then for the, I guess, I think it's all of the scarecrow's clothes, like the jacket and the scarecrow itself, I mean the pumpkin head, and the clothes, and then there's instructions on how to finish it, and then make the scarecrow, pattern. And if I can find it here real quick, here it is. Ouch, sorry, I'm getting a cramp in my hand. So there, oopsie, sorry. So there's his pants and his little jacket and here and his face. So these are all it's called Fall Frolic by Roberta Jackson. And so I think you for the punch needle, you make like basically the front of his jacket and pants and everything, and I guess the birds also. But then you sew all this together, whatever, and make it into a little scarecrow. So it's very cute, very crafty, a little beyond me, But yeah, and it's a couple of things. There's a pattern in here by Jan Hicks. This one is another one where it's punch needle, but then it's made into there's a little I guess a stick there for the stem of the pumpkin. Yeah. And so that's it's called Harry the Pumpkinhead, designed by Mary Longo of Gone Knots Fiber Art. And again, you do the little face, and then you make it into a this pumpkin. But there's also, where is it? Some very nice. This one, Pumpkins Gone Wild. Sorry, trying not to show this cross-stitch pattern from this previous, this other design. But there's this one. This is a punch needle. There's pumpkins all up in the air there, and there's some sheep. Yeah. And that one is by Nancy Ariagno of the Cooper's Cottage. And this one is the pumpkin tree, designed by Homespun Prims. That's really cute. There's a little owl, some crows, a little row of acorns, and then pumpkins in the tree there. And I think that's a bird's nest, I think. Yeah, very cute. And yeah, there's some designs there on the back. There's the pumpkin, Harry the Pumpkinhead. And there was one other one that I just saw. There's a Lucy Beam in here. Rebecca Nolan of Lucy Beam. That's a big pumpkin. It's kind of a lot of stitching. That's a pumpkin. October 31st, it says. Little pumpkin. That's cute. I like his snaggly tooth. A single snaggly tooth. And there's a punch needle autumn snowman. snowman, but fall. This is very interesting. Where's that one? Oh, this one. This Puntini pumpkin spice. Very cute. And this fall sampler. There was one, but it wasn't in here that I saw it. Oh, this is really cute. This is a Stitching with the Housewives seasonal row fall. That's really cute. I like these little. I guess they're crows. Yeah. Cute. And oh, and this one, Neighborhood Watch Committee. These little pumpkins on the fence there. And that's the Teacher's Pet, Kathy Brown of the Teacher's Pet. Oh, this is the one I was looking for. This is Mushroom Feast by Barbara Anna. That's really cute. There's a black kitty, a little house, a bunch of mushrooms of various sizes. Mushroom Feast. That's really cute. Anyway, oh, I think there was one other one I liked here. Well, this is the one, the Jan Hicks Fall Sunshine. But there was one other, I thought it was in here. Let's see if I can find it real quick here. I don't know. But yeah, it's a really nice. I've always, many people have said it's a really nice magazine. Even if if you have a subscription, it's great. You've got all these patterns, and it gives you a nice. You've got them there. You've got all the magazines there if you want to go back and find something appropriate for a particular season. If you want to do it, as a gift for somebody or whatever, you've got all kinds of things to draw on. And then if you want them, like them for yourself, of course, you've got, you can go back to them as you wish. But anyway, great for this magazine. Yeah, so it's a $10 magazine. You've got all those, a whole bunch of patterns. A total of 24 complete projects. It says, so you've got punch needle and cross stitch projects. So it's a whole bunch. It's really nice. So the other thing, when we were working on the when I was working on the bear, and I didn't have the two specialty threads, or Havana and molasses, for that, and I knew I have them, but I have them elsewhere in other projects, and so I just went ahead and bought more. But also, when I was at the attic, I bought these two pieces of fabric, and I think last time I talked about on that table with the tabby cat linens, they had that little basket. And now that I look at the, I think they're not all tabby cat, all the cuts that are in there. they were, I'm assuming from maybe all of their fabrics that they carry, because these two were in that basket and they say Legacy on them. So I don't know if these are like Legacy linens, I guess, is one of the brands, I guess. I don't know. But so this one is 37 count corn tassel. This is a little 8 by like 8 1/4 or something like that piece. So these are especially nice because they're small. You know, if you've got smaller projects, you want to buy a different fabric for it. This is Legacy 38 count cloister cream, 10 by 11. This one, so it's a little bit larger. But so these are nice for like I said, if you've got a smaller project you want to do, you get some nice little cuts there. So these are really nice. The basket that they have there is it's a great idea. But so I bought all that stuff at the attic, and then also I went to look at Michael's too. I'm still looking. I was still looking, considering the framing pieces and frame ideas for the Grown Man sampler, and so. I went to Michael's just to see what they had in the way of frame pieces or whatever, and so they don't have those like individual frame pieces like I was talking about, but and they don't have a whole lot of cross stitch stuff, but they have a lot of DMC threads and a lot of DMC products, I guess, and I think did I see an anchor thread display there? Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, one thing I did see that I hadn't seen before was these DMC needle minders. So this one, it's turned a little bit, is a cupcake. It says DMC on it. And the other one is a little skein of floss. It has a number on there. I think 326 is the number on there. And then the magnets that go in the back. And then I also bought, of course, a pair of scissors. I'm planning on putting this in my project bag I have for the black cat season. That's what I'm saving those for, just because. That's how I rationalize it to myself, because I have a scissor fetish. Anyway, so yeah. So I think that's about all I have. For some reason, I have a little sore spot right here. I don't know what that is. I'm doing this a little bit late because my sisters and I and my sister-in-law we went to see the movie A Haunting in Venice. Very good movie. Just came out yesterday, I guess, was the first day it was out. But it's a Agatha Christie Hercule Poirot mystery. That Kenneth Branagh has done as Hercule Poirot, did Murder on the Orient Express and Death in the Nile, and this one, A Haunting in Venice, is an adaptation of the Agatha Christie book Halloween Party. But it's really good. So if you enjoy Agatha Christie novels, Hercule Poirot, I can't speak today. It's really good, very well done. I like Kenneth Branagh a lot. But anyway, so we went to go see that today. So doing this a little bit later in the evening. But so next week I will hit my 300th episode. And I have some items to give away. They're all they're all items that I have purchased before. I've not done them, but one of them I finished. It's the Christmas penguin. So it's a little kit. Comes with the light blue Ada fabric and all the threads and a needle, and it's very cute. And it's a little penguin wearing a scarf. It says Merry Christmas, and he's carrying a letter. And I'll show it I think I'll show it next week. And anyway, I'll show because I'll have the little kit to give away. But so, in going with my theme of things I've bought twice, I bought the little penguin kit to give away, as well as two other patterns that I bought twice. One of them is a Teresa Kogut design, Santa's Young Buck, that I have a copy of it in a previous Punch Needle magazine. It's even on the cover. One of my viewers pointed out, where you've seen this pattern before is on the cover of this magazine. It was like, because when I bought it at the Jingle Ball last year. And I thought that I had seen it like at the attic and had thought about buying it and hadn't bought it. But where I had seen it was on the cover of the magazine. And so when I bought it, I thought, well, I think I've seen this. You know, I think I was, because one of the things I do is, and I was talking about this like at the grocery store. If I, like I love Talenti ice cream, but if I sometimes, if I decide, oh, I'm really not going to buy that because it's, it's expensive and it's so self-indulgent kind of thing, and so a lot of times I'll just like, stare at it in the freezer section at the grocery store, and I'll like, if I stare at it long enough, I can imagine. It's like, I know it's really good, and I can imagine what it would taste like. And then, that sort of satisfies me by, staring at it and vicariously thinking about it. Then it's almost as if I had bought it. And so I thought that was what I had done with that pattern of Santa's Young Buck. I thought maybe I had stared at it long enough, and thought, okay, yeah, I really like it. It's really cute, but I'm not going to buy it. Well, it turns out, of course, I had it on the magazine. So anyway, that's one of the giveaways. It's a PDF that I bought, but I've already paid for it, so it's a PDF that I'm giving away. And then the other giveaway is Cozy Cat by the Blue Flower, I think it is. I had bought it again at the Jingle Ball, and then I happened to be looking for something else in my book of patterns that I have, and there it was. I had already bought it some time ago. So, yeah. So those three patterns I'm planning on giving away next week. We talk about it next week, and I will show the patterns, the items next week when I am going to be giving them away. And that'll be my 300th episode will be next week. So anyway, hopefully next week I will also have Black Cat season, and I will have started that, and I'll show you that fabric and the floss pack and all that stuff at that time. So I think that is all I have for this week. So I'm hoping, like I said, in the next coming days, I will maybe start on those finishes, and certainly do some more stitching on the bear, and maybe spring Scamper, and if I have some time, also on Winter Gathering as that comes up. We'll see. I don't know. But certainly I'll be chomping at the bit for Black Cat season, because I love those designs, and I love the idea of doing a bell pull, which I've never done before. I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, so I will see you next week, and yeah, so until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.